Hey, be hearties, beware. Where years the action theater presents the Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl from 2003. Yo-ho, has high tide adventures. Johnny Depp as his first Jack Sparrow, Keira Knightley, and what's the other guy's name?
Yeah,
Orlando
you know
Bloom.
that there. Look
Orlando
at this guy there.
is
Here, take care.
is. Are you ready for a tale of high seas adventures, me mateys? We had the screening room where we could feel along. Right there it is, the screening room. Mateys beware! You can watch and plunder it there. For we cannot show it on the YouTube, or they might make us walk the plank and never give us our lives back. Down to Davy Jones' locker we'd be going. And we don't want to go to Davy Jones' locker, so we gotta here. Go to the screen room and watch it. We give a fan comedy, hey, your hearties, oh, yo. What the lady seems to like to read the synopsis for the film.
Yes, I. All right. All right. Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl, rated PG-13, from 2003. Runtime is 2 hours and 23 minutes. The roguish yet charming Captain Jack Sparrow's idyllic pirate life capsizes after his nemesis, the wily Captain Barbossa, steals his ship, the Black Pearl, and later attacks the town of Port Royal, kidnapping the governor's beautiful daughter Elizabeth. In a gallant attempt to rescue her and recapture the Black Pearl, Elizabeth's childhood friend Will Turner joins forces with Jack. What Jack doesn't know is that a cursed treasure has doomed Barbossa and his crew to live forever as the undead. All right, this is, of course, the first in the series. This was directed by Gore Verbinski, starring, of course, Johnny Depp in his Oscar-nominated role as Captain Jack Sparrow, Keira Knightley, Orlando Bloom, Jeffrey Rush, Naomi Harris, Jack Davenport, Lee Ehrenberg, Mackenzie Crook from the original Office, and a few other people we're going to point out along the way. So, yeah, this has been an often requested film, and we've finally gotten to it. Of course,
I've been wanting to take the plunder of the trilogy.
Yeah. I do want to say hello to a few people who've joined us here.
Hello, JPRPH1 Army Hardy. We got Tune the News, Army Hardy. Are you ready to take all your plunder and give nothing back? We got the lovely Andrea Black, Army Matey. We got the lovely bird woman of your YouTube. Watch out for her second channel, Fluff Chick Productions. Mihoy! Connie Curly, Hardy. Tune the nose! Welcome, me matey. Ready for the plunder and the curse of the Black Pearl. I know that could be that could get a little annoying, but hey, I'm gonna have fun with it. You know. We lost. I don't know if you said anything deleted, but I may have lost your audio.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, there you go. There you are.
Okay, then. Hello to Fiery VR. Welcome. Getting ready to watch The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Head on over to the screen room. We're gonna get this very voyage underway. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Ship sail. I don't know if they planned it, but they look like her father is kind of dressed like a Captain Hook with a red coat and the long hair and the jacket. Is this us Hook before he became Hook?
Of course, this is the young Elizabeth here, and we have Jonathan Price as Governor Swan. Yeah. Jack Davenport is Captain Norrington. And we got to look there at Kevin McNally as Mr. Gibbs. And this is where they find the young Will Turner adrift.
Now, now, little lass. Just 'cause he's got a pirate piece of gold does not mean he's a pirate.
Of course, our first look at the ghost ship, the Black Pearl. Cut to present
Fast
day.
forward, fast forward 15 years, or at least 10.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, yeah. At least that much, or else there are going to be elements of this that are going to be a little creepy.
Yeah. She plundered that pirate gold away from young Will Turner.
It's beautiful. Sorry.
His wig, it got grayer and
Yeah.
shorter. I wonder what British their appeal was. What was with the curly hair? Why did the wigs always have to have a curly? That has always fascinated me. Why did the Brits always wear the curly wigs? Will Turner making a house call, as he is the apprentice to the blacksmith.
Wait, I mean, he's not the blacksmith. Wrong movie. Right. We are eventually going to have to do Kingdom of Heaven.
Yeah.
Yes, I was nearly horrifically murdered. But yes, I remember. Okay. I love this entrance.
Yeah, me too. We both chose as our avatar.
Yeah. He's the hanged pirates.
Pirates, ye be warned. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza. Good way to hide the ship.
Yeah.
Welcome to Port Royal, Mr. Smith. Somebody left their coins.
Oh, no, no, you are not in Black Sails. Wait, what? This does go into Monty Python territory in places. Hello to Santiago Chavez, joined us in the Cosmic chat.
Even though you're years older than her.
And over she goes. Woman overboard.
It is a miracle she did miss the rocks. There's a lot of rocks around. You're a sailor and you can't swim, mate. Something weird happening.
It calls. Now, I just want to remind everyone very quickly that Keira Knightley will not fall from the sky at any random time.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's just a fact of life.
Clearly, you've never been to Singapore. Where did you get that? Shoot him.
Oh, right. Nope. Thank you.
Pirate. Hang him. Clapping them irons. Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm in the market. It points to what you want most, matey. But you have heard of me.
Especially the hat.
Some would say Johnny Depp was born to play this role. He actually invented the role of Jack Sparrow, and he plays it so well. Jack Sparrow. Captain Jack Sparrow. Our Lady Mist. Good to see you in our mist, Lady Mist. Ahoy, me matey, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Ahoy. Happy Thursday to you, he says. Hello, everyone. A very happy to you, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Wee Backsmith had a little bit way too much to drink and is passed out drunk. Oh no, not the donkey! Ahoy there, matey, FKHC 2000, FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim. Ahoy, matey. Not where I left you. Oh, hey there, Lady Mister. He was going to leave without his hat. Oh, the donkey doesn't like that. I can kill it. Pirate.
Okay, can everybody hear me okay now?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
I can hear
so
you.
I am not muted. All right,
Okay.
thank you.
I know those guns.
Oh,
Well,
son of
no
a!
shit.
Oh,
Yeah. Pop it. Hello, Pop it. Polly. Bye. I
oh, he was in this longer than that, wasn't he?
don't know.
Whoops.
You have no matter, no luck at all, mate. Maybe you can get the dog with the keys. Trying to trick the doggy with a femur bone. That bit never works. The dog's smarter than you.
No. The fellow on the right there, he was in Black Hawk Down as well.
And mutineers. There is a Gus, yes. Behold the Black Pearl. Okay, we have we're 8 years ahead of what
Yeah.
where the beast began.
Yeah, I think she's supposed to be like 16 or 17, something like that.
Bait strike. Our timestamp is 41 minutes. No. Now.
Well, got that out the way, didn't it? Mhm.
Without my effects. Arr. This is a great pirate move. They steal the interceptor. Disable the rudder chain. We can't go nowhere. That is a good pirate. That's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen. So it would seem. Oh, what a move. What a move, yes. I agree with you, Lady Mist. Hello, Carly Carly. Good to see you. Tortuga. Tortuga. Jive ho.
Ah, Tortuga.
We have scenes right out of the actual ride in this going on here. This is classic.
Oh, that's
Not
so
sure I
funny.
deserve that. Who was that? I may have deserved that. He sleeps with the pigs. I'm already awake.
Yeah. Right after the Black Pearl.
A matter of leverage, eh? Why is all the rum gone? Oh, yeah, that's why.
No worries, Connie. I hope you had fun. Yay! Oh, wait.
No worries at all. Timestamp 55 minutes, 8 seconds. Oh, turkey leg.
For those of you who may not yet have noticed, we do have a poll up of which film would you like to see next week. Uh, Choices are the sequel to this, part two, and Mysterious Island. Okay. This sounds. Not that one I deserved. The weather started getting rough. I'll stop.
Time to go, puppet. I see turtles. Human hair. That's an awfully fine find of loot.
Was that meant to be dark?
No, it's just a chest.
Okay.
Oh, I'm Jack Sparrow.
Alrighty.
The bird. Oh, that'll get you. Bye bye, interceptor.
Later. Later.
Timestamp 1 hour, 32 minutes, 27 seconds.
Great.
Now what to plink me play the arr.
Pirate! Caribbean Love.
What is all that I'm gone? Oh. Oh, good. Elizabeth has also set sweat to the palm trees.
Why is their arm gone?
This rum dryer prequel is weird. Rum dryer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Say, yeah.
Shut up. Kill the whip. Kill the whip.
You sure about that? No. I'll stop.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's on. Welcome to Bro U3 of V6C. We're in the third act of Pirates of the Caribbean, getting ready for the big final action sequence.
Bloody pirates. Why should we follow you? Bloody pirates. Jack's on his own side. No, he didn't. Looks like the curse is broken. Shot right in the heart. It's just an appendage, sir.
Okay.
King Jack. That is so. Everybody's rooting for you, mate.
We'll never hook that between us. Yeah. Because you are dressed like a musketeer and all. And besides, I'm having too much fun chasing them. Yeah, pirate. Ah, jeez. And really bad eggs.
Yo ho.
Fancy show.
You're welcome, JPRPH1. Ahoy, me matey. Shall you consult the scrolls?
Right. Insulting the scrolls. Pirates of the Caribbean was released July 9th, 2003, in an estimated budget of $140 million, going on to gross over $654 million around the world. Let's see. Gotta find it. Yes, here we go. Yes, was nominated for 5 Academy Awards. Best Actor for Johnny Depp, as well as Visual Effects, Sound Editing, Sound Mixing, and Best Makeup. Let's see. Johnny Depp was also nominated for a Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Comedy or Musical at the Golden Globes. The film itself was nominated for a Hugo Award, Best Dramatic Presentation, Long Form, winning the Critics' Choice Award for Best Family Film Live Action. Johnny Depp nominated for Best Actor. And many others, and it would be almost the whole entire show just listing all the award nominations.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
As IMDb says, nominated for 5 Oscars, another 38 wins, 90 nominations. Filming locations include Stage 2, Walt Disney Studios, 500 South Buena Vista Street, Burbank, California, for Isla de la Merida. Bacuya St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dominica. Kingstown, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Little Europe backlot. Universal Studios, 100 Universal City Plaza, Universal City, California, Long Beach, California, Los Angeles, California. Marine Land of the Pacific, 6610 Palos Verdes Drive South, Rancho Palos Verdes, California. Mediterranean Square backlot. Universal Studios, 100 Universal City Plaza, Universal City, California. Mexican Street backlot, Universal Studios, 100 Universal City Plaza, Samana, Dominican Republic. Wallabu Bay and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Walt Disney Studios, 500 South Buena Vista Street, Burbank, California. On to the trivia. On August 10th, 2002, a fire started on the soundstage where the movie was shot. No one was hurt, but the damage was estimated to be $350,000.
Ouch.
Yes. There is an additional scene after the closing credits. Over 1,500 people are credited for working on this film. The credits are going to take a little while, folks, but we will let you know when we get to the cut scene. All right, references to the Disneyland attractions include, but are not limited to, 3 uses of the song Yo-Ho, Yo-Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me by Xavier Atencio and George Burns. The opening scene sung by young Elizabeth and Jack and Elizabeth marooned on the island, and in the end by Jack. The jail scenes in which the prisoners tried to tempt the dog who holds the key to their cell. Jack says, "That dog is never going to make a move," although the movie dog eventually does. The one in the ride doesn't. Jack later tries to tempt it with a bone, as does one of the audio animatronic pirates in the ride. The burning town sequence, and within it, the red-headed prostitute who slaps Jack, the stuffed pirate drinking the rum squirting out of a barrel, the pirate chasing the lady in the ride, they're circling a barrel or pillar, Jack's initial discovery of Gibbs sleeping with the pigs, the line "Dead men tell no tales," said by the macaw, which is repeated throughout the ride's narration, a quick shot of a skeleton sprawled on the beach of Isla de la Merida with a crab nearby. During the raid on the town, seen is a man being dunked into a well. A skeletal Barbossa drinks wine which trickles to his exposed ribcage, as one of the skeletal pirates do. During the battle scene between the two ships, the Black Pearl and the Interceptor, Captain Barbossa refers to his crew's blooming cockroaches, just like the captain in the ride does when the ship attacks a local town fort. In Tortuga, we see a pirate drinking rum on top of two barrels and is wobbling just like in the ride. There are references to cursed treasure in the ride. Old pirates speak of cursed treasure and how you probably don't believe in it. And the line, "Who knows when that evil curse will strike greedy beholders this bewitched treasure?" A woman wearing the red dress at Tortuga Island slaps Jack, and he wonders if he deserved that, is a character in the ride. Part of the Caribbean beach resort at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida is called Port Royal. Is also the name of the shop, the exit of the Pirates attraction at Disneyland. The figurehead, a sculpted ornament on the bow of ancient vessels of the ship carrying Elizabeth and Governor Swan at the beginning of the movie, is actually the coat of arms of the United Kingdom, and it is the figurehead of an actual ship of the line, the HMS Victory, which participated in the Trafalgar battle against combined French and Spanish navies under the command of Lord Horatio Nelson in 1805. HMS Victory is now preserved at Portsmouth, England as a museum and is the oldest commissioned warship in the world. She still has a captain and crew, although is no longer seaworthy, having been in dry dock since 1922. The crest holds the French motto of the British monarchs, "God in my right," and the old French motto of the Order of the Garter, "Evil be unto him that thinks evil." The Wilhelm scream heard during the battle on the Dauntless between the Royal Navy and Barbossa's crew. The island Isla de la Merda is Spanish for Island of Death or Death Island. Tortuga is Spanish, meaning turtle. The skull and crossed blades flag was the flag of Calico John Rackham, longtime lover of notorious pirate Anne Bonny. This was the first PG-13 release under the label in the United States. However, has released PG-13 and R-rated films under the label since the 1980s. At around 2 hours and 10 minutes, when the film's last line, "Bring me that horizon," was conceived by Johnny Depp on the morning the scene was filmed. And here's the cutscene.
Ah, the monkey is gonna get pissed.
And of course, the Bruckheimer Films logo. Walt Disney Pictures. All right.
And I believe that was a capuchin monkey, which is indigenous to like Colombia, Brazil, Central, South America. You're welcome, Lady Mist, as always. So, out at where's the pool? I think looks like with a bona fide winner
yes.
might be the dead man's chest.
Right, let me head on over and calculate that very quickly. At least over on my side of the poll.
Oh, I didn't get time to get mine put up.
No.
So we'll
All
just go
right.
off of what yours says.
All right. Well, you have until I end the trivia to vote in the poll. But as of right now, 7 votes to 0. It looks like we're going to be watching Dead Man's Chest next week. But you do still have a few minutes to vote. So let me get on with some of the rest of the trivia here. Keira Knightley wore colored contact lenses like Johnny Depp's in the last scene of the movie, but since her eyes are lighter than Depp's, they had to be dark in the center and light on the outside. She complained they made her so dizzy she threw them away the night after shooting. At around 41 minutes, when Will wakes up after being knocked out the morning after the Port Royal siege, he looks out to the port, and in the background is a young girl sweeping a porch. The actress is Lucinda Dryzek, who plays the young Elizabeth at the beginning of the film. The ship used as the HMS Interceptor is an actual ship, the Lady Washington, and is the official tall ship ambassador of the state of Washington. She can also be seen in Star Trek Generations and was used as a reference for the RLS Legacy in Treasure Planet. It also has been used on the show Once Upon a Time as Captain Hook's ship, the Jolly Roger. When returning from a night shoot on one of the Caribbean islands, Keira Knightley's boat struck a reef and went down. The only people aboard were Knightley, her mother Sharman MacDonald, and the boat's skipper, all of whom escaped unharmed and were rescued within a few hours. However, the incident ultimately determined that the rest of the island night shoots would be filmed in a studio rather than on location. The title was originally just Pirates of the Caribbean, but the subtitle The Curse of the Black Pearl was added at the request of then Disney chairman Michael Eisner 5 months prior to the film's release in case it was successful enough to warrant sequels, as well as appeal to adolescent audiences. Gore Verbinski greatly disliked this edition because it is the Aztec gold that is cursed, not the Black Pearl ship. As a compromise, Disney's marketing department agreed to print the subtitle in as small a font size as possible on promotional materials. The movie's world premiere was located at Disneyland Park at the Disneyland Resort in California, home of the original Pirates of the Caribbean attraction, on June 28, 2003. This was the first ever movie premiere at Disneyland. Johnny Depp's character, Captain Jack Sparrow, is portrayed as having gold teeth in the film. The gold teeth were Depp's idea, but he predicted that executives would want fewer gold teeth and told his dentist to implant more gold teeth as a bargaining tool. Sparrow's final number of gold teeth in the film was what Depp envisioned all along. Jerry Bruckheimer and director Gore Verbinski wanted to use the massive water tank in Rosarito, Baja California, Mexico, used for Titanic and Pearl Harbor. But Peter Weir's film, Master and Commander of the Far Side of the World, had the tank booked during the same time that Pirates was scheduled to shoot. Many of the crew got seasick while filming. Around 1 hour, 6 minutes, the scene where Orlando Bloom impersonates Johnny Depp's performance was devised by Bloom, who asked producer Bruckheimer if he could put it into the movie. Hidden Mickey. At around 35 minutes, the final cannon shot during the Black Pearl siege of the town billows into a Mickey Mouse head shape against the night sky. In an attempt to ward off the seasickness that struck most of the cast and crew, Keira Knightley took a travel sickness pill and fell asleep instead. Clothing and smears of charcoal were used to conceal Johnny Depp's numerous tattoos. The Jack Sparrow tattoo on his arm in the movie is a fake, but he got a real replica after finishing the film in honor of his own son, Jack. The fort in Port Royal is actually not on St. Vincent, but at a closed down amusement park, Marineland, in Rancho Palos Verdes, California. When Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio originally pitched a movie to the Disney executives in the early 1990s, it was rejected, most likely due to the audience's lack of interest in pirate movies since the 1970s. It wasn't until Jay Wolpert was asked by the studio to write a story based on the famous Disney theme park attractions that the project finally got off the ground. Elliott and Rossio said in interviews they wrote the script in the early 1990s. Somehow Steven Spielberg got a hold of the script and wanted to direct the film with Bill Murray, Steve Martin, or Robin Williams playing Captain Jack. But Disney did not give permission for the film to be made. The names of the three main characters are all linked to birds: Jack Sparrow, Elizabeth Swann, and William Turner, who was a famous ornithologist. Alan Silvestri was first suggested to provide the score, but got replaced by Klaus Badell. However, some of the movie posters still show the credit music by Alan Silvestri. These posters also show a different story credit, omitting the fourth story writer, Jay Wolpert, screen story by Stuart Beatty, and Ted Elliott, Terry Rossio. At around 26 minutes, the substance sprayed on William Turner after the sword fight between him and Captain Jack is actually a powdered chocolate. The East India Company, the real-life counterpart of the film franchise's East India Trading Company, really did brand pirates with a P, but it was put on their forehead instead of on their arm. Industrial Light and Magic designers scanned turkey jerky to create the effect of decomposing skin when the pirates turned into their skeletal forms. The various eunuch lines were improvised by Johnny Depp. When filming in the cave, excessive makeup was added to the actors so they wouldn't look washed out on film. When the crew realized how cool the makeup looked on Johnny Depp, they continued to use it on him for the rest of the movie. Jimmy Buffett was offered the role as a pirate, but had to decline due to previous engagements. The words pirate and piracy are said 56 times. Johnny Depp wore contact lenses, which served as sunglasses so he wouldn't be squinting in the sun all the time. According to the screenwriter's commentary on the DVD, Will Turner is the best swordsman in the film. Barbossa and Norrington are evenly matched, and Jack is actually the worst. The monkey Jack is played by two capuchin monkeys. One is a 10-year-old female named Tara. The other is an 8-year-old male named Levi. Voted number 4 in Channel 4's in England's Channel 4's greatest family films. Keira Knightley's hair was extended because it was still short from her previous role. Michael Keaton, Jim Carrey, and Christopher Walken were all considered for the role of Captain Jack. Jude Law, Ewan McGregor, Tobey Maguire, Ben Payton, Christopher Masterson, and Christian Bale were all considered for the role of Will Turner. At around an hour and a half into the movie, Jack the monkey is seen smiling when Barbossa thanks him, specifically after he returns to ask to coin to him. After Jack Sparrow chases him. In the special features on the DVD, it is revealed that the monkey did this purely by chance, and it was not planned out in any way. According to the DVD commentaries, Jeffrey Rush has a theory that people watch the screen from left to right, just like when they read a book. Therefore, he tried to be on the left side of the screen as often as possible. He was particularly intent on doing this in the scenes with the monkey and Keira Knightley because he didn't think anyone would look at him otherwise. I don't think he's entirely wrong, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of that's a sound theory. Um, Also, when Keira Knightley is on screen, yeah, no one's looking at you, bro. Sorry, I hate to break this to you, man. Um,
Eh,
Go ahead.
Hello, Jamie Lynn Simmons. Good to see you. Carry
At around,
on.
sorry, okay. At around 23 minutes during the sword fight scene between Jack and Will in the blacksmith shop, the clanging of their swords are just about in sync with the rhythm of the incidental music. In Italian, the title is The Curse of the First Moon, without Pirates of the Caribbean at the beginning. In an early version of the script, according to the DVD commentary, Norrington was to ask Elizabeth to marry him, and she says no. Enraged by this, Norrington was going to join Barbossa, and the two of them were going to try and take over the Caribbean. However, this script was turned down. Johnny Depp improvised Jack Sparrow's catchphrase, savvy. In the original draft of the script, Barbossa was Italian, not English. Keira Knightley claimed she was so sure she was going to get fired after a few days' work on this film that she only packed a few things to go with her to start filming. Before the film was made, it was considered making this a direct-to-video film with Carrie Elway's Rick Mayall. Oh, he would have been interesting. And Christopher Walken being the top three choices for the role of Captain Jack. At around 75 minutes, in one scene, Jack Sparrow reveals that the pirate term parlay originated with the French word parlor or parlay, spelled with a Z but pronounced with a Y, are forms of the French verb to speak. The word parlay is said a total of 15 times. Robert De Niro was offered the role of Captain Jack, but he declined. Oh, thank God. Thinking that the movie wouldn't do well in the box. Well, you see his character in Brazil. He's kind of like the Captain Jack of that movie. So that in a way, it makes sense. But he declined, thinking that the movie wouldn't do well, as many other pirate movies had in the past. He was proven wrong. So he accepted the role of Captain Shakespeare in the movie Stardust. Anybody remember Stardust? I rest my case. The film was such a success that Disney closed their Pirates of the Caribbean attractions at Disneyland and Walt Disney World to update them. The new storyline of the attractions is Captain Barbossa chasing Jack Sparrow, both of whom were added in the form of animatronics. Disneyland opened their updated attraction June 26, 2006, 2 days after the world premiere of Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. Walt Disney World opened its new attraction on July 7th, 2006. Disney World did give a sneak peek to the ride on July 6, 2006, after the park closed to resort members during extra magic hours. Yeah. I remember it too, Lady Mist. I never bothered with it. All right. The name Barbossa might have been derived from the real Turkish pirate Barbarossa. Barbarossa, which means Redbeard in Latin, was once a pirate in the Aegean and the Mediterranean seas before he became a fleet admiral of the Ottoman Empire Navy. There's also, you might remember this, Bill. There was also a Western called Barbarossa. with Willie Nelson and Gary Busey. It's actually not a bad movie. Kind of hard to find, but it's out there. Writer and co-creator Stuart Beatty wrote the part of Jack Sparrow with Hugh Jackman in mind. Beatty and Jackman attended the same Australian high school. The character's first name was even a nod to the actor's name. However, Disney did not feel Jackman was a big enough star at the time for the part, so it was eventually offered to Johnny Depp. This was also considered to be a commercial risk because Depp, although a respected actor, was hardly a bankable star at the time. Fortunately, the gamble paid off and the movie became the fourth highest grossing film of 2003. When casting for the role of Will Turner, it was down to Orlando Bloom or Heath Ledger. Gore Verbinski chose Bloom because he heard he was in the Lord of the Rings trilogy and felt he would be a more bankable choice. Throughout the film, Barbossa is seen holding a Granny Smith apple, which originated in Australia, the intent for it to be the first thing he eats. Geoffrey Rush, who plays Barbossa, is Australian. The first theatrical trailer was released with The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers to capitalize on the fact that both films starred Orlando Bloom. There's a small scab on Jack Sparrow's jawline that gets bigger and bigger throughout the movie. The makeup artist and Johnny Depp did it on purpose as a prank. Originally, Depp wanted Jack Sparrow to have no nose and be afraid of silly things like pepper and the common cold. Disney rejected the idea. Amanda Bynes, yes, Amanda Bynes, Jessica Alba, and Jamie Alexander were considered for the role of Elizabeth Swann. Orlando Bloom's character shares the name of real-life Captain William Thomas Turner, or Churner, whichever. 1856-1933, the captain of the RMS Lusitania. The film's title in Germany translates to Curse of the Caribbean, which is nowhere near a plot point to the story. The facial hair sported by Gibbs is Kevin McNally's own. He grew it to shorten the time spent on makeup during filming. The studio was interested in Matthew McConaughey as Sparrow because of his resemblance to Burt Lancaster, who had inspired the original script's interpretation of the character. Tom Wilkinson was briefly considered for the role of Governor Swan. Steven Spielberg wanted Sylvester McCoy for the role of Governor Swan. For former Doctor Who and Radagasta Brown, Sylvester McCoy. Right on. That would have been interesting. All right, I'm going to read this as it is written. There's also something coming up that I'm not going to read because we'll probably be thrown off the air.
Oh, no.
It gets a little, yeah. All right. Zoe Saldana did not enjoy her time on this film. She said, quote, "Those weren't the right people for me. I'm not talking about the cast. The cast was great. I'm talking about the political stuff that went on behind closed doors. It was a lot of above the line versus below the line, extras versus actors, producers versus PAs. It was very elitist. I almost quit the business. I was 23 years old and I was like, F this. I am never putting myself in this situation again. People disrespecting me because they look at my number on a call sheet and they think I'm not important. F you. Unquote. However, she credited her next film, The Terminal, with restoring her faith in the industry. At around 16 minutes during the scene when Elizabeth Swann falls into the ocean, activating the coin around her neck, the clouds in the sky form an outstretched, grasping hand coming towards the island. The British metal band Bring Me the Horizon got their band name from this film.
Hmm.
All right. I'm not sure I want to read this one. Oh, let me see if I can. Oh boy. Folks, we usually try to make this a PG-ish show when we're doing a PG or PG-13 movie. I am going to read this as it is written because Keira Knightley herself makes light of this situation I'm about to attempt to explain. Okay. Keira Knightley, who has described her 32A breasts as pecs, revealed her busty appearance in the film and its sequels was entirely due to the art of, quote, bosom makeup, a skill from Hollywood's golden age that fell out of favor with the advent of silicone enhancement. Knightley said, and I quote, "They painted my tits on me for the films. It is extraordinary because it's kind of a dying art form. In the past, they used to have whole sections of the studios devoted to bosom makeup, and I loved it. Completely loved it because it was the first time in my life that I had big tits. And I didn't even need surgery," unquote. According to her, the process of creating the cleavage took 45 minutes. Every morning before filming started, a makeup artist would apply a slightly darker shade of base makeup between Knightley's breasts to create a shadow to increase the cleavage effect. She wore what is referred to as cookies, push-up padding alongside the contour to make her chest appear like there's something there.
Okay.
Okay. How many viewers did we lose? or did we gain a couple? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Hey, guys, Keira Knightley thought it was funny. That's why I read it. All right. Captain Jack's pirate flag is actually two pirate flags combined to be a unique flag, especially for the film. The film is from the skull is from Calico Jack Rackham's flag, and the crossed bones are a general item from several different flags, often referring to death. Hence the term, this flag means death. I'll read a few more off here. All right, at around 25 minutes during the blacksmith sword fight scene, Orlando Bloom's tattoo on his right arm can be seen. Bloom got the tattoo while filming The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings. That tattoo is the Number 9 in Tengar, Riding of the Elves. Filming was supposed to begin in June of 2002, but was delayed until October. The only film in the franchise in which there are no company credits at the beginning of the film. Pirates of the Caribbean franchise is the 10th highest grossing franchise ever. The medal hanging from Norrington's neck early in the film identifies him as a knight commander in the most honorable order of the Bath. Keira Knightley was only 17 years old during the time of filming. October 2002 to March 2003, her mother traveled with her to all of the shooting locations. At around 75 minutes, parley is actually French for to speak. Jack Sparrow actually gives a nod to this when Pintel, annoyed with the continuous usage of the rule, exclaims he hates the man who created the rule, to which Sparrow replies, "That would be the French." All right, there is a misunderstanding. We've been through part of this, but they go a little deeper here. There was a misunderstanding that Hans Zimmer only produced Klaus Badelt's score for this film and didn't work on it himself at all. In fact, Zimmer composed the main themes of the film. One of them was reused from his score from Drop Zone. Well, that's one we should do at some point. While Badelt did the rest. This was confirmed with the release of the CD of the Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, which has a leaflet that mentions this. The film effectively ended the pirate movie curse. Page jumped on me. Give me a moment, folks. All right, the film effectively ended the pirate movie curse. That was believed to be in effect since the mid-1970s, when movies such as Swashbuckler, the pirate movie, Savage Island, Yellowbeard, and Pirates had all severely underperformed at the box office. Later attempts to revive the genre with Waterworld and Cutthroat Island had also failed to make a profit. Media expectations for Pirates of the Caribbean were understandably low at first, but it became a worldwide artistic and commercial success. The female pirate, Anna Maria, played by Zoe Saldana, is a possible reference to Anne Bonny and Mary Read, two infamous female pirates from the 18th century. This was Klaus Badelt's first and only music score for a Disney movie until Christopher Robin. Chip and Salsa play the parrot that talks for the pirate Cotton, played by David Bailey, whose tongue was cut out in a disagreement. The character, not the actor. Only one bird appears at the time, but both birds play the same character. Chip performed most of the scenes where the parrot was required to sit patiently on Cotton's shoulder. Salsa performed most of the tricks, and when a scene required more animation, such as flying. Filming began 9th October 2002, ended on a Friday, 7th March 2003. When Jack states that the French are the ones that invented the term parley, he is partially correct. A parley is defined as a conference between opposing sides in a dispute, especially a discussion of terms for an armistice. The term comes from the French parlor, same pronunciation, means to speak. We've mentioned. All right. After the box office failure of The Country Bears, when Disney CEO Michael Eisner, Disney CEO Michael Eisner attempted to shut down production of the film because he thought it wouldn't perform well and wasn't a fan of Johnny Depp's performance. However, Gore Verbinski told his concept artist to keep working on the picture And when Eisner came to visit, the executive was astonished by what had been created. Ted Elliott was allegedly writing a George Lucas produced animated film adaptation of The Curse of Monkey Island, which was canceled before its official announcement. Lucasfilm canceling a film before it's announced? No. Who would think such a thing?
Yeah.
Remember, this was back when George was still 110% in charge. 3 years prior to the release of the first film, this film was allegedly in production at Industrial Light and Magic before being canceled. Ron Gilbert, the creator of the Monkey Island series, has jokingly expressed a bitterness towards Pirates of the Caribbean, specifically the second film, Dead Man's Chest, for its similarities to his game. Gilbert has also stated that On Stranger Tides, a novel by Tim Powers, which was adapted into the fourth film, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, was the principal source of inspiration for his video games. In the scene where Jack... Okay, here we go again. Where Jack is trying to remember the word parlay, he is guessing various similar words. By the end of it, off-screen, he repeats as for himself, partner, partner, in a slight Indian accent. There's a hidden homage to Peter Sellers performing an Indian actor in a comedy The Party, where one of the characters, Peter, is addressing frequently by the name Howdy Partner. Well, that was word salad. Will gets into a fight with one pirate who's slammed through a window by a falling sign. A few minutes later, he's up and about again. One of the first hints something's up with the pirates. Okay. The backstory of Giselle and Scarlet, played by Vanessa Branch and Lauren Marr, respectively, the two women who slapped Jack Sparrow when he and Will first arrive at Tortuga, is detailed in the short movie Pirates of the Caribbean, Tales of the Code, Wedlocked. Although Pirates Pintel and Ragetti feature prominently in this film and in the next two movies, they are only referred to as such in the credits. In fact, their names are never used on screen until at World's End. The island on which Jack and Elizabeth are left is called Petit Tabac, part of Tobago Cays, a popular sailing destination comprising 5 uninhabited islands. When a Finnish sailing crew visited the island in January 2003, they discovered a pile of debris and burned palm trees. They were not aware it had been a recent movie shooting a scene. Not counting most films from which they were disputed, but not produced by Disney, this is the first theatrical film to have the PG-13 rating. Disney's first film to be rated 2A, 12 by the BBFC. Disney's first film to be rated M by the ACB Australian classification. Yes, believe it or not, this was a rated R movie in some countries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I never thought of this, but it's true. The plot is loosely similar to Kroll. Jack agrees to help Will rescue Elizabeth, who's been kidnapped by Barbossa. In return, Will give him his freedom, so the pair sets out with Sparrow's crew to rescue her. That's totally Kroll, dude. They're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Son of a gun. Only 6 days of the film's production were actually shot at sea. Barbossa seemingly incorrectly claims Elizabeth's dress is, quote, still warm, despite the fact that they can't feel. This could be a tactic to rile up and inspire his crew and remind them what they're fighting to get back. Jack Sparrow's look is visually inspired in Adam and the Ants. Stand and Deliver, where the singer Adam Ant plays a surrealistic version of Dick Turpin, the infamous burglar, poacher, horse thief, highwayman, and killer of the 18th century. The first shot of the movie, the shot of the ship coming out of the fog, is actually 5 shots cut together to appear seamless. It was all shot early in the shooting schedule, but it wasn't finished until 2 days before the film's release date. Early in the film, Orlando Bloom kept trying to play his character cooler than he actually is. He wanted to play the character more like Depp's Jack Sparrow, but Gore Verbinski had to keep reiterating to him how uncool Will Turner is. You're still a dork, Verbinski would say to him. Verbinski explains how 15 different composers worked on the music for the film. They are all influenced and mentored by Hans Zimmer and Klaus Badelt, who came up with the basic themes and used throughout. Trevor Loomis, the focus puller, used to have a job landing airplanes on an aircraft carrier. Verbinski and Depp recall how precise his distance judgment was. Jeffrey Rush was adamant about choreographing and practicing the sword fighting scenes to the point that the stuntman would become sick of dealing with him. Likewise, Johnny Depp believes Sparrow to have a Muhammad Ali approach to sword fighting, keeping his arms down and letting his opponent come to him. Least amount of energy used for the maximum level of results is the character's general thought on most things. To keep on schedule, Gore Verbinski and crew had to constantly be shooting. This caused much of the backgrounds in certain ships to be fully created in post-production using CGI. Verbinski believes that constant shooting aided in the intimate feeling on set. It was doubly important to keep Curse of the Black Pearl on schedule, as water movies notoriously fall behind schedule. The casting of Sparrow's fellow prisoners and pirate extras involved bringing in bikers and out-of-work actors into a basement at Disney. They were first given real weapons. God. But this quickly changed to rubber weapons when people began getting hurt. No! They give a bunch of bikers real weapons. What do you think is going to happen? Out of 600 people, 10 were chosen. Gore Verbinski wrote Jeffrey Rush a letter saying Rush was his third choice for the role of Barbossa because he couldn't get Alec Guinness or Peter Sellers. Well, there was a reason for that. They were, deceased. Sadly, by that point. Yeah. Although, honestly, I would have loved to have seen Peter Sellers in this. That would have been fun.
Jeffrey Rush makes a great pirate and a great Barbossa.
Yes, he does.
He really created the role and made it his own. That's so great.
All right. There's a lot. I'll read a few more. All right. Johnny Depp won the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Leading Role, in addition to Best Actor nominations at the Academy Awards, BAFTAs, and Golden Globes. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl was also nominated for 4 other Academy Awards and BAFTAs. Pearl is based on Walt Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean attraction, which was based on a story created by Walt Disney Studio executives Brigham Taylor, Michael Haynes, and Josh Harmon. This story featured Will Turner as a prison guard who releases Sparrow to rescue Elizabeth, who is being held for ransom money by Captain Blackheart. This is the first film in the Pirates series. Became the first film in the franchise, spinning off 4 sequels, with the latest sequel released in 2017. The first 2 were back-to-back sequels in 2006 and 7. Dead Man's Chest and At World's End, respectively. The third sequel, On Stranger Tides, was released in 2011. The fourth sequel, Dead Men Tell No Tales, was slated to begin production in October 2014 for a summer 2016 release, but was eventually delayed to May 2017. It was directed by Joaquin Ranning and Espen Sandberg. As of 2018, a 6th film was still in development, aka the one they wanted Margot Robbie to star in because they didn't want Depp anymore. Yeah.
You can't have a pirate film without Sparrow. Yeah. It's like it's a given now.
Not that anybody gives a shit, but this was the only film in the series to receive a fresh score on Rotten Tomatoes. The 188th live-action film produced by Disney. And I'll end on this one because it's kind of apt to another movie that's out in theaters right now. When Pentel and Ragetti are rowing in the boat in dresses, they talk about how their plan is similar to, quote, what the Greeks done in Troy, a reference to the usage of the Trojan horse to enter the city of Troy via deception and treachery. Orlando Bloom plays Paris in Troy the following year, and his character suggests burning the Trojan horse. All right, I'm going to leave it off there. There's a lot more. Check out the rest on IMDb Pro. If I read them all, we'd be here for another hour. So,
yeah.
All right. The scrolls were closed.
The scrolls are closed. All right, I think we our audience has spoken. Looks like next week we'll be doing right back here with the Dead Man, Pirates of the Caribbean, the Dead Man's Chest, Davy Jones's Locker.
And hello to Kronos.
Kronos
is in the Cosme chat. Yes.
I don't see him.
He's there.
I don't see you.
He's in the Cosme chat though.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And stay tuned for Western cinema with 1979 with Harrison Ford and Gene Wilder in The Frisco Kid is what we got coming up for Western Cinema Presents on Sunday. And of course there'll be some karaoke on Saturday, karaoke night here at this channel. That's what I've got coming up. I want to thank everybody for coming out here today, getting a little taste of the old Pirates of the Caribbean and the Black Pearl. Ahoy, the mateys! Take your plunder. As I always like to say, always remain to be excellent. Protect your plunder, and we'll see you at the next one. And okay, over to you, David.
All right. So thank you to everyone who joined us, either in the StreamYard and YouTube chat, on Cosme, anyone who might have been lurking in the background. Totally fine. You do not have to engage with the chat, just as long as you enjoyed the show. hit the like, share out the stream, do all the fun, clicky, algorithmic things that YouTube likes. You can join me on my channel later tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern for my program Coming Attractions. You get to find out what I am doing for the next week. And as I say at the end of every broadcast from HQ, our second home office in Arizona, and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night. Take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy, because this is how we win, me mateys. Yo-ho!